I tracked 100 TikTok Shop affiliates for 90 days, and the surprising part was this. The people getting the best results were not always the biggest creators. They were not the most polished. They were not using expensive cameras, and they were not creating perfect studio content. Some of them were making very simple videos, but those videos were doing something most beginners completely miss. They were not just getting attention. They were creating buying intent. And that is the difference between a video that gets views and a video that actually makes money. Because when most people start TikTok Shop affiliate, they think the goal is to go viral. But after watching 100 affiliates over 90 days, the pattern was very different. The affiliates who seemed to perform best were not just chasing views. They were showing simple products, solving obvious problems, and giving people a reason to click. So in this video, I'm going to break down what actually worked, the 5 patterns the top affiliates had in common, the 5 mistakes the weaker affiliates kept making, the product categories that seemed to perform best, and at the end, I'll rank the strategies from weakest to strongest. So if you're trying to make money with TikTok Shop affiliate, this should help you avoid wasting months doing the wrong things. Now first, let me explain how I looked at this, because I don't want this to sound like some fake internet case study. This was based on public data, public TikTok profiles, public videos, visible engagement, product tags, comment sections, posting frequency, video structure, product categories, and the way creators positioned products inside their content. Now obviously, I could not see every creator's private commission dashboard. So this was not about pretending I knew their exact earnings. Instead, I looked at public signals that usually show whether a TikTok Shop affiliate strategy is working. Things like consistent engagement, repeat product videos, buying comments, product demonstrations, account activity, and whether the creator kept improving over time. Then I grouped the creators into 3 rough groups: the top 10%, the middle group, and the bottom 50%. And once I did that, the differences became very obvious. So let's start with the top 10%. The first pattern was simple. They picked products that were easy to understand instantly. This is one of the biggest lessons from the whole 90 days. The top affiliates were not usually promoting complicated products. They chose products people could understand in the first 3 seconds. Cleaning gadgets, kitchen tools, beauty products, pet products, home storage items, problem-solving products. Things where the viewer could instantly think, wait, I need that. And that matters because TikTok is fast. People are not waiting patiently for a long explanation. They are scrolling. So if the product takes too long to understand, you have already lost them. The second pattern was fast demonstration. The best affiliates did not spend 20 seconds introducing themselves. They did not start with, "Hey guys, welcome back to my page." They got straight into the product doing something, fixing something, cleaning something, organizing something, making something easier, or showing a clear before and after. This is where a lot of beginners go wrong. They talk about the product, but they do not show the product working. Saying, "This cleaning brush is great," is not as strong as showing it remove dirt from a tight corner. Saying, "This kitchen gadget saves time," is not as strong as showing the time saved. The top affiliates were not just making product videos, they were making proof videos. And proof sells much better than description. The third pattern was repetition. The top affiliates did not test one product once. They made multiple videos around the same product. Different hooks, different angles, different problems, different demonstrations, same product. And this is important because most beginners post one video. It gets 300 views, then they say the product does not work. But the stronger affiliates treated each product like a mini campaign. One video focused on the problem, another focused on the result, another answered a comment, another showed a different use case, another handled an objection. So instead of asking, "Did this product work from one video?" they were asking, "What angle makes this product work?" That mindset is completely different. The fourth pattern was real-life usefulness. The best affiliates made the product feel useful in everyday life. Not just cool, not just trendy, useful. They showed why someone would actually want it. Maybe it saved time, solved an annoying problem, made a room look better, helped with a pet, improved a routine, or made a good gift. The point is, they connected the product to a real situation, and that is what creates buying intent. The fifth pattern was structured content volume. The top affiliates posted more, but it was not random spam. They were testing hooks, testing products, testing openings, testing demonstrations, testing different ways of showing the same item. And when something started working, they doubled down. If a product got comments, they made more videos. If one angle got attention, they tested more around that angle. If viewers asked questions, they turned those questions into new content. That feedback loop is powerful, and most beginners ignore it. So those were the 5 patterns from the top affiliates. Simple products, fast demonstrations, repeated angles, real-life usefulness, and structured testing. Now let's look at the bottom 50%, because this is where the biggest mistakes showed up. The first mistake was promoting random products. One day it was a kitchen item, the next day it was a beauty product, then a gadget, then a toy, then something completely unrelated. There was no clear lane, no product direction, no audience pattern, and no real testing system. Now yes, you can test different products, but if your page feels completely random, you collect weaker data. The viewer has less reason to follow, and TikTok has less clarity about who your content is for. The stronger creators usually had some kind of direction. Home finds, cleaning hacks, beauty tools, pet products, kitchen gadgets, useful everyday products. The weaker affiliates often had no lane at all. The second mistake was slow intros. This appeared again and again. The video would start with someone saying, "So I just wanted to come on here and show you this," or "Guys, you need to see this." But then nothing interesting happened for too long. On TikTok, that is dangerous. The viewer does not owe you attention. You have to earn it immediately. The top affiliates showed the product, the problem, or the result fast. The bottom group often made people wait, and when people wait, they scroll. The third mistake was sounding too salesy. A lot of weaker videos sounded like adverts. "This product is amazing. You need to buy this. Click the link." It is so good, but there was no proof, no demonstration, no real use case, no reason to trust the recommendation. The better affiliates sounded more like someone showing a useful find, not someone begging for a sale. That difference matters, because TikTok users can feel when a video is too salesy, and once trust drops, clicks drop as well. The fourth mistake was ignoring comments. Some creators had great questions under their videos. Does it work on carpets? Is it good for small kitchens? How long does it last? Can you show it again? Is it safe for pets? But they never turned those questions into new videos. That is a missed opportunity, because comments are free content ideas. They show you what the buyer is thinking. They reveal objections. They show confusion. And they tell you what to make next. The fifth mistake was quitting too early. And honestly, this might be the biggest one. A lot of creators seem to stop after a few low-view videos. And I understand why. You post something, it gets barely any views, no comments, no sales. And you start thinking, TikTok Shop affiliate does not work. But the stronger creators did not judge the opportunity from 3 videos. They kept testing. They improved their hooks. They changed products. They changed filming style. They tested new angles. And eventually, they found signals. The bottom group often quit before the data became useful. So if you are a beginner, do not judge everything from 1 or 2 weak videos. Ask yourself, am I choosing visual products? Am I showing the result quickly? Am I testing enough angles? Am I learning from comments? Am I posting enough to collect data? Because if the answer is no, the issue might not be TikTok Shop, it might be your testing system. Now let's talk about product categories, because not all products performed the same. The best categories usually had 3 things: a clear visual demo, a simple problem, and a fast emotional reaction. The first strong category was cleaning and home problem-solving products. These work well because the transformation is obvious. Dirty to clean, messy to organized, annoying problem to quick solution. People understand it instantly, and it is easy to create before and after content. The second strong category was kitchen gadgets. These worked because they fit everyday life. If a product chops faster, stores food better, reduces mess, or makes cooking easier, the viewer can quickly understand the benefit. The third strong category was beauty and personal care. But this category needs trust. The stronger beauty videos showed visible results, application, texture, before and after, or routine use. The weaker ones just said the product was amazing, and that was not enough. With beauty, people need proof. The fourth strong category was pet products. Pet content naturally gets attention, and pet owners are emotionally invested. If the product solves a pet problem, keeps the house cleaner, helps grooming, entertains the pet, or makes life easier, It can work well, but again, the product needs to be shown in action. The fifth category was gadgets. This one was mixed. Some gadgets performed well, but only when they solved a clear problem. Random novelty gadgets might get views, but views do not always mean sales. The best gadgets were practical, not just weird or flashy. Now let's rank the strategies from weakest to strongest. The weakest strategy was random product posting. This is where someone picks a product, makes one video, then jumps to something else, with no clear testing system. This is one of the fastest ways to feel like nothing works, because you never give yourself enough data. The next weakest strategy was trend chasing without product fit. This is when creators jump on trending sounds or viral formats, but the product feels forced. The video might get views, but people do not click, because the product does not naturally belong in the content. The middle strategy was basic product reviews. These can work, but only when they are specific. A weak review says, "This product is really good." A stronger review says, "Here is what I used it for. Here is the problem it solved. Here is what surprised me. And here is who it is actually useful for." The next strongest strategy was problem-solution content. This is where you open with a problem the viewer recognizes, then show the product solving it. Problem. Solution. Result. That structure is simple, but very powerful, because the viewer instantly understands why they should care. The second strongest strategy was demonstration-first content. This is when the video opens with the product already doing the most interesting thing. No long setup, no slow intro, just the result. That works because people stop scrolling when something is happening immediately. But the strongest strategy overall was repeated angle testing around one promising product. This was the clearest pattern from the top affiliates. They did not just make one video and move on. They tested multiple ways to sell the same product. Different hooks, different use cases, different objections, different comments, different demonstrations. Because sometimes the product is not the problem. The angle is the problem, and one small change can completely change the result. So if I had to simplify everything from tracking these 100 affiliates, it would be this. Do not think like an influencer. Think like a tester. Pick products people understand quickly. Show the result fast. Make the product useful in real life. Do not quit after 1 week video. Use comments as your next content ideas. And when a product shows signs of working, do not move on too quickly. Double down. Because the people doing best were not always the most talented. They were the most consistent at testing what actually creates buying intent. A viral video can get attention, but a strong product video gets action, and TikTok Shop affiliate rewards action. Clicks, questions, trust, and purchases. So before you choose your next product, ask yourself 3 questions. Can someone understand this product in 3 seconds? Can I show it working on camera? And does it solve a problem people actually care about? If the answer is no, it might not be the right product. But if the answer is yes, your job is not to make one perfect video. Your job is to test enough angles until the winning one appears. And in the next video, I'll show you how to choose TikTok Shop affiliate products before you waste time promoting the wrong ones. Because choosing the right product is where most beginners either win early or waste weeks with no results. So watch that next. And if you want more beginner-friendly videos on making money online with TikTok Shop, AI, and affiliate marketing, subscribe to the channel, because this series is designed to help you avoid the mistakes most people only learn after wasting months.